Good evening, my respected teacher and my dear friends. Today our topic is life would be more enjoyable if we can see our future. So according to me, life would be more enjoyable if we could see our future and the destination. That gives us more clarity. So at the outset, I'm going to discuss about what the core of this topic is. Actually, the core of this topic says that we can alter the past, alter the present or the future, but we can change our actions. We can alter our actions. That creates different timeline with same realities, and altering each of our actions creates branches that makes the different timelines with same reality, but not changing the consequences of the final action. So I think that that gives us more clarity about the two priorities of our life. So destination scene is not a ban. It's just a mirror that shows our priorities, and it's not also losing the freedom. It's just tapping into the reality, into the timeline that I am not tapped into, and also it gives our life a space to show the priorities of our life and think with clarity, with more focus to it. So I think that my co-speakers have also discussed about how this can be more fruitful to enjoy the life with confidence and knowing the future. So it also gives us a clarity and also a vision to show what is near of us.
Well, as the topic has been noted today, that if we could see our life, so it will be more enjoyable. I do really disagree with this notion. Just because whenever a person has come to know what is the future is ahead on his way, is waiting, so he will not be called a jocund guy. So for that reason, his life will be absolutely monotonous. His life will be absolutely tasteless. His life will be absolutely without any aim. So now the question is that why we all are running after certain thing to achieve, because there is called surprise. If we know what is the meaning of the surprise never becomes a surprise. So for that reason, people whenever gives a surprise to us, they never mention what the meaning of the surprise or what the surprise gift they are going to give to us. So someone like that, the life is a very precious, meaningful gift. So if we know really, we should not know that what is going to happen. For this reason, I would like to give an example. Whenever our forefathers, rather the human beings, the parents, even Adam got a box from the God. At that time, God has specifically mentioned that please do not unbox it until unless I return and I take it back. But they were so much curious to know, no, there is something. That means they wanted to see that what is there inside the box. And while they have opened, so they have found an apple only. So now the question is not that what was inside the box. The question is that whenever somebody told somebody that not to do something, whenever they are doing so, so we know very what are the consequences is waiting for them. As a child, whenever asked not to do so, the child repeatedly does so. Why? Just because that is his fantasy, that is his interest to do more, but he gets the punishment in return. That then he understands, oh, this was the reason. So now in this case, I would like to repeat another one example which has recently took place and which is very much highlighting now each and every in the news channel, each and every in the newspapers. The question is that if Pakistan knew it, that after attacking or after doing something heinous crime against India, heinous crime against India, if they will face a lot of trouble, even they will be giving the opportunity to India to test the missiles which were long before they have manufactured, so they will not do such heinous crime. So now the question is that heinous crime, what is called, they got the real test. So now like this, whenever we are trying to do so, so should we feel that what is waiting for me? Another one example I would like to give here. Whenever a student is going to prepare for the examination, if he or she will be coming to know what are the question paper is printed, what are the questions are on the question paper, so he or she will not be reading the subject. He or she will not be burning the midnight oil for next day morning to appear the exam. So someone like that in our life, whenever we are doing something, we should not know what is we are trying to do so and what we are doing so, then it will be absolutely meaningless. Now the question is that there are many my opponents because they said if we come to know our future, what is, so definitely it's possible for us, we can go smoothly to some extent. But whenever we come to know, the first thing is that the energy we will be losing. We will be called a lazy fellow, we will be called a slowpoke guy, even we will be called a couch potato. Why? Just because without knowing anything, whenever we are running after something, sometimes we show our letharginess. So now do you feel so in the reality of the reality that whenever a person will come to know, definitely the person will give his or her damn best to get the thing? I don't think so. So for that reason, the topic whatever says, I really disagree with the topic. Rather, the topic headline supposed to be like this: if we will not see our future, or if we would not see our future, rather our future will be more enjoyable. Thank you for the timing.
Okay, so human life is, I've said that integration of different circumstances and their choices and the outcomes of their actions. So just knowing the final journey is about knowing a possibility that will be a suggestion. When you are knowing the destiny, you are knowing the suggestion, you are knowing the feedback, not a dead end. So there is enough infinite possibilities of your actions that can actually act as with an intention, but not with a confusion. And if we act in without knowing the destiny, so we also throw in the dark and make many actions that are not fruitful in our future. So I think that for that reason also, and for that reason, we can also embrace the present and be empowered to shape it in a better way if we know the future. And also that I can cherish every moment of my life. And when if any bad news comes in front of me, ahead of my life, for that reason I think that knowing the future doesn't make us lethargic, but also makes us to able to take any actions with proper intentions, but not with confusions and any random possibilities.
So as once again I would like to tell that whenever a person will coming to know about something, as one of my opponent speaker has said already, that we can take a certain decision if we know that what is something wrong is going to take place. So definitely that is the part and partial of the life. So now maybe for the sake of the debate, my opponent speakers are going to sticking to their own points, but if we will be asking them on the outset, so they may not be standing on their own points whatever they are telling right now. So now the question is that life is really very much precious. If we come to know, then the life will not be at all enjoyable. Now the question is that if you talk about a bird is quite flexible whenever the bird is flying under an open sky. If you ask the bird what is the meaning of the life, then the bird will explain a lot of things. Now there are some pet lovers, so called a zoophilist. A zoophilist is feeling the enjoyment keeping a bird in a aviary. Now the question is that at that particular point in time, if you put the same question to a bird, then the bird will not be able to explain what is the all about the life means. Just because we need to understand the inner meaning, the rather depth inner meaning of these two questions. Whenever a person is quite flexible, the person can give the highly definition of the inner meaning of the questions with the answer. But the person, whenever he or she is not at all flexible, it is quite impossible for them, rather an uphill task for him or her. Now the question is that once again we need to see what is all about our future. Future none knows. Future is absolutely unknown to anyone, rather known to anyone. It is absolutely unknown to everyone. But still, we continue our life. If we made any felony in the past, the same mistake we should not repeat at present, thinking future. In future something I will be doing something great, that also I am doing something being at present. So for that reason the present matters a lot. So now we are the people mostly spoiling the present time, which is the highly precious. So now the question is that if we come to know really the future, what is going to be, is it at all possible to paint the town in red in the name of the future? It is quite impossible. For that reason, I 100% with assurance I would like to tell, the way the life has been designed by the Almighty, whatever be the name you may call upon the Almighty, I personally feel the Almighty has perfectly sketched out the lifestyle of individual of us. Why? Just because there is each and everything is full of. Why? Now the question is that whenever we will be coming to know, now over here for instance I would like to give an example. Whenever we are going for a certain destination for the first time, the destination is quite enjoyable for us. We know the destination, but the route is absolutely unknown to us. So, someone like that, once again, if you are asked to go for a same destination with the same route, the route will not be that much enjoyable how much it was enjoyable for the first time. So, someone like that, whenever we are doing whatever the respectable field with our individual choices, whatever he or she or whatever we all are running after to get something in the name of the success, you may say, in the name of the goal achievement, you may say. So now the question is that the way it is, let it be, and the way we all are working for that, so let we keep on work, just because there is a thrilling, there is the excitement, there is the satisfaction, enjoyment. That doesn't mean that only the joy. Enjoyment brings the satisfaction which comes within. Now there are some people, those who are going to get success in a very small amount of the success, they are also very much in the seventh heaven, feeling like even the person who is going to set a very big goal in his life, whenever he also get the success, then he is over the moon. Why? Just because the satisfaction and the more inner satisfaction plays a very vital role. So for that reason, at last I would like to tell, the life will not be at all enjoyable if we would get to see what is our future, but the life will be more enjoyable if we will not get to see what is our future. Thank you.
So let's take the example of our fellow gentleman. As he said, Adam and Eve. Let's start with it. When the God said to Adam that do not eat the apple. Eve doesn't. Uh, Eve does not.
So, one of my co-speaker earlier said that if a student is going means preparing for the examination, she is means she doesn't know the question paper. She will study hard. She will study throughout. She's gonna study throughout the whole night and give the examination. But the thing is that if that student knows that whatever that question paper whatever questions are going to come in that question paper, so she study, she will obviously study, she will prepare those particular questions to top the exam. So like that, if in life we
Cover the line. You guys don't cover the line.
so now in life we get a lots of choices, and sometimes we choose the wrong option. So the thing is that suppose we are working hard for whatever we chose first, we're studying hard for, we are working hard to achieve that success. But the thing is that at the end we didn't succeed, instead we failed. So the thing is that time and tide waits for none, we all know this. So during that preparation time, our age also we also grew older, right? So now after making a mistake, we realize that it was a wrong choice. But if we can see the future, we can actually change that. Means instead of choosing that option, I can choose that another option, because I'll get success in that other option, by choosing that other option. Now uh, suppose I failed choosing that option. Thing is that we can't go back, we cannot change our past, means we cannot go back to our past and again change that choice. So my point is that if we can see our future, we can avoid a lots of problems. We can solve our problems easily. It will be better for us. Means it would be better. Our life will get better, more better, and and if we talk about this relationship, that suppose I'm in a relationship and means suppose someone means before going for committing a relationship, she that person can see the future, that in future I cannot stay with this person anymore. But if she can see the future, that she can see that whoever will be her future partner, she can obviously develop herself and become her or his best version. That's all.
Yeah. So just give me a moment, okay? Okay, all right, he's not touching. Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on the particular subject matter. So at first I'd like to tell that yes, my co-speakers probably they are quite bewildered because some of them are talking about that destination we cannot change, and some of them talking about yes, by dint of choice we can change the destination. However, I'm really agreeing with Mr. Hajra that he said that he said that by dint of choice we can change our destination. It's absolutely true, my dear friend. But what's the aftermath? Like, think just you are in the classroom. Suppose there are 40 students, and eventually they get to know their future. Like how? What are the questions gonna appear in the examination? And they all work hard, and they all score 100%. Just think out at HS examination, they all score 100% marks. Think about the colleges. What would be the aftermath? What would happen to the colleges? Whom they do take? Because they are equally qualified. Every individual, every student is equally qualified. What about that? Now he was talking about criminal. He knows his future after suppose he is just committing some crime, heinous crime, and what would be the aftermath? He will get caught by the popo, like by police, right? How? Because he leaves or he left some clue, and he knows by the end of that particular opportunity, he knows the future, he knows what the clues police will get. He will not leave the clue. Just think about that. And as Shayan was talking about, I personally feel means as a child, as a teenager, I like to do something that makes me happy. Okay, but my parents do not want me to do a particular thing. Excuse my French. I like to flog the dolphin. That simply gives me, that's something energy or something like an immense feeling. Why my parents do not want that? There's a conflict. That's why probably our Almighty, the Almighty, doesn't let us to know our future. Have the please common sense. That is where the magic. That is where the magic lies. That is where your enjoyment lies. If you know your future by giving the virtue or anything, then your life will not be, or probably no human will exist on the face of earth. No human will exist. And he is talking about from Indian point of view. If they do not we do not want our country got divided into two parts or three parts, rather you can say. But talk about the other person, those who want it. What about them? There are thousands of examples by which I can prove, or I can thoroughly simply dismantle or obliterate it. Will be obliterated your points. And he was talking about that. Many was talking about that. Destination cannot be changed. Yes, destination can be changed. Probably we have seen. We have probably, how many of you guys have seen or not? I do not know the movie Got to See Greto. Okay, where Amitabh Bachchan means when Salman Khan reached the Almighty, Amitabh Bachchan was playing that particular role to simply convince it to grant everyone wish. And when he did that, what happened? What the aftermath? was. We all have seen. Just talking, take the example of Venezuela. What happened when they start printing notes? The inflation goes high like anything. They have to carry somehow like 5 million Venezuelan dollar to buy a piece of bread. That would happen over here as well if you get to know our future. So that is quite detrimental to your to the society, to the humankind, to the human being, to the humankind rather. Means everything, nothing would happen. Suppose take the example of your class. If you get to know this many questions, these are the questions would come, like what happens in the examination. Suppose you are simply studying a chapter that is called light. Sometimes not from every, means that particular chapter, not every question will come, not every part of thing will come in the examination. Like sometimes refraction part will come in the examination, and sometimes reflection part will come in the examination. Suppose in that particular year, you know very well that from the refraction part only question will come. Then you will simply cold shoulder the reflection part. So that is how it would not work, man. And he was talking about if Ravana knew that he would simply destroyed by the Lord Rama, he would never go for war. Yes, then we won't be able to understand, or won't be able to, or would not get to know the value of Lord Rama. If you know everything what is going to happen in the future, you don't have this what to say, you don't have this passion, to understand, to know something. Well, we'd like to go some oblique places because this has not been discovered, these have not been covered. That's why we have this interest to go and learn and to see the beauty, the immense beauty of nature. If everything is known to us, would you go? Would anybody? Never. We will simply become an automaton who doesn't have. What's the difference between an automaton and a humankind? There's a feeling, the senses we have that particular robot or automaton doesn't have. But if we get to know, we will become a stoic person. Like we do not show any happiness when something good happened to us. We would not show any reaction when something bad happened to us. That is how it's gonna happen. There is no existence of any other job. You won't simply diversify or simply bifurcate two persons, because everybody knows everything. Everyone, suppose I know that my future would be like look like that. Definitely, I'll simply do my level best to change it. I put my all efforts to change that particular thing, but it will gonna change by the end of our choice. But two-person will meet the same point. Two-person will reach the same point. How can you differentiate? How can you bifurcate that particular two persons between the two persons? You would not. Thank you. So what I just simply try to mean that, yes, let the life be surprise. Or simply give us surprises. That is where the magic lies. Thank you for giving me the chance.
Sir, the thing is that means no one told us that just sit around, means just sit around here and you are gonna reach your destination. By sitting in one place, you are not gonna reach your destination even after knowing that you will become this or that. We need to work hard even after knowing our future, even after knowing what future holds for us. We need to work hard because no one is gonna help us. Means my previous opponent speaker told about that Lord Rama. That the thing is that if he knew that Ravan was gonna get killed by him, he needed to try. Without trying, if Lord Rama just sat in one place, Ravan was not gonna get killed. He actually needed to give it a try, even if he knew his future. Because if he would just sit in one place, there would have been Ramayana or Mahabharata, right? So that's what.
Probably my co-speaker probably got the wrong end of the stick. What I tried to mean that yes, definitely, if means that war would not have happened. Okay, so would not get to know the greatness of greatness of Lord Rama. Understood? So everybody, yes, everybody simply bend over backwards to get the things done, right? Everybody, every individual, if he knows that I'm gonna reach a particular position by the end of that particular hard work, everybody will try. So that is where the magic lies. Nobody knows which way if I go and I'll reach that particular destination. If everybody knows that this is the path, that path will be congested. So probably you did not get me what I was trying to say. Yes, as I'm talking about repeatedly reiterating that I think if the subject matter would not have existed, I would not have been given to us, would not have given to us. Uh, excuse me, would not have given to us. Everybody, every individual sitting in this room would have agreed with me that yes, we should not get to know our future. Yes, you're talking about the possibility. Someone was talking about yes, future means some. I was really gone smack to listen to that particular person. How he was talking about future means only the possibilities we should get to know. We should not get to know the destination. How strange is this? The possibilities we get to know. That's why palmist is there, man. Just go to a palmist. Will tell you that this is the possibilities you will get to see. So that's why future. You not need to know the future. Absolutely. Yes. So when you get to know the future, honestly speaking to you, that you not enjoy the life. As somebody was talking about it, I'm just reiterating a point. Like when you enter into a cinema hall, right? Enter a cinema hall. If you know every twist, what would happen? That's why you get to know anticipation is the half fun. We should not get to know. That's why we should not go to a book fair, buy some new books which we have not read. If we read the books, have you ever seen earlier get to see we simply read the books which have already read. We always try to do something new that is not known to us, that we have not experienced, right? Once everybody will get to see that a married person never wants to marry. He has experience. He doesn't want to do that particular same mistake in his or her life. So that is where the thing it is. The future, nobody should get to know. That is a book that we should to get to know page by page, not at a whole. We simply go through each page and get to understand what life is, how life simply gives you some miracle things in your life. You just talk about your happiness, your sadness. It all comes from that. That is counts. That why? Because you do not know how future looks like to you, or for me, or for anybody. Just think about that. So everybody is talking about God. God made this thing. God, why? God made some beautiful things, but not God did not give you the power to know future. As somebody talking about, it's impossible to get, impossible to make a time machine, because nobody in this universe, nobody simply moves faster than light. What happens? So when there is nothing in this universe which can move faster than light. So that is why it's very difficult for us to make the time machine. That you have to understand. And there are many things. That's why there are researchers, there are scientists. The job of researchers will go fade away if you get to know everything. That is why it is happening. This is the reason for this calamities. This is the reason for this thing. Was the job of the climate the researchers, the boffins. There is no job. Just think about, as you are talking about Indian military, all these things. We have some officers, raw, those who are operating in Pakistan. if they know the future, if they get to know these are the people who are simply, stealing our valuable things from and giving a piece of information to Indian government, what would happen to them? We know very well when Pakistan tried to conduct nuclear test in the year of 1978 or something like that. I don't know. Just excuse my means. I do not really know the exact year. At that time, probably our prime minister gave a call to the counterpart of Pakistan, and he said that we exactly know from where, in which location you are creating or making the atom bomb. If we want, before you reach your final test, we can blow that particular things up because of our raw agency or because of the raw agents. Just think from their point of view. If they get to know this is the future, these are the people, those who are simply stealing the points, or stealing the information, the piece of information from our country, what would happen to our brothers and sisters, those who are operating in Pakistan or any other country, opponent countries like China, anywhere. We get to know. That's why it is very, very important. Optical thing is it's very important things to not know how your future looks like. What are the things gonna happen in your future? Until or unless you do not know, the life is very much peaceful. You will be living in peace. Everything will go in the way it is going. The once you get to know what's gonna happen, there the destruction of humankind, of your life, of everyone's gonna take place. So better we should not get to know what's gonna lies ahead in the future. Be the way we are right at this moment. Be happy, be calm. Thank you guys.